America, we have descriptions and paintings of weird beings that descended on clouds. This is ancient China, again, a chariot in the clouds. Here we have something from Central America, a statue with a person with a helmet in the shape of a jaguar. Of course, in mainstream archaeology, this is nothing else but a guy wearing a jaguar mask and case closed. Well, again, our ancestors were highly intelligent, and if I feel stupid walking around with a jaguar mask, not on Halloween, then they too felt weird wearing this stuff. So there had to be a compelling reason why they wore these ritualistic garbs, or what it was that they saw that compelled them to wear this stuff. Dogu statue from Japan. This is El Baúl in Guatemala, where you see that this, behind this glass mask, or this opening right here, there is a humanoid eye with a nose, and back here there's a tube that comes to some type of a canister. Thing is wearing mittens, and of course the biggest question is always, well, why would these ancient extraterrestrials have to wear these suits? Why is that? Well, because just like we go on the moon, we have to wear suits, and even if we were to enter a planetary atmosphere that is similar to ours with oxygen, we would still wear some type of a protective suit, at least at first, because we don't know what type of harmful bacteria their atmosphere contains. Because we just don't want to go there and croak. We'd like to survive. So obviously, these creatures were, flesh and blood space explorers wore some type of suits. It doesn't take much to think about these things, by the way. But it's just that the mainstream or the debunkers just don't see it. Here we are in Copan, Honduras, where on the front, guys manipulating some controls. Here we have something from the Sumerian region. This is Guatemala again. And of course, all these statues were created by human hands. These are not extraterrestrial artifacts. But our ancestors saw something that freaked them out so much, or compelled them so much, to turn this into a figurine, into clay, so that we now have these remnants today, and we can look at these things from a modern day perspective and ask, what the hell was it that our ancestors saw that made them do all this? It's one of our logos that, again, helmet and some type of speaking apparatus. I mean, this is the Apollo astronauts. You look at a photo from the Apollo astronauts, it's virtually identical. Here we are in Tikal, and there is a stele there that has this very weird being on there with hands like this, mittens once again, and there's a better picture here with color. This thing here that comes down looks like some type of a tube going to a canister. And in the workshop, by the way, of all these things, I have actual video footage, so we can get into more detail. But this tube that looks obviously like a tube, mainstream archaeology says, oh no, that is the spine of that particular being. Okay. Now, anyone that knows just a little bit about physiology knows that if you have a spine like that, you're walking around like this. Because it's totally curved and totally whacked, out of whack. So no, something else is going on. And at the bottom, this thing here is wearing some type of boots. And by the way, have you ever wondered why the Mayan culture died out? I mean, there's many theories out there, but I think I found the reason why. They all died of a heart attack climbing their stairs. So, mystery solved right there. Anyway, here we have another example of a type of tube that goes to some type of a canister breathing apparatus. This here is one of the first statues ever found of the Indian deity Ganesh. Now Ganesh today, whenever Ganesh is portrayed in pictures or in statues, what is it? It's an elephant. Okay, now can you say evolution? This here is much, much older than current Ganesh depictions. Does that look like an elephant? Yeah. Yes, but it is more technological in nature. So, of course, it could have never been some type of an extraterrestrial. It had to have been an elephant. So thus, it was eventually, it morphed into an elephant, which it never was. It's just misinterpreted technology. What is this here? You have a humanoid being with 4 wings extending to the front. He's wearing some type of pack with tubes again, controls. He's wearing, an overall. His head is encased in his skull cap, just like today's space shuttle astronauts are wearing. I mean, this is absolutely identical stuff. But the little plaque that goes with this, by the way, this is in New York City at the Natural Museum of History, Museum of Natural History. It says that this is the god of textiles. I mean, that doesn't even make any sense. But then the next line, and I actually appreciate the next line, it says, not much is known, or not much is further known. You know, at least they admit they don't know what the hell is going on. But the god of textiles, for what? So, obviously all this stuff, if extraterrestrials were here in the remote past, this had to have been connected with some type of flight in antiquity. And the